What if I told you that hidden across the world are treasures so vast, so unimaginable, that they could make today's richest billionaires look like paupers? Gold hoards buried under shifting deserts, ancient cities lost to time, secret vaults filled with jewels and artifacts. Beyond imagination, these are the fortunes that history tried to keep secret, but legends whisper they still exist. Wait until you hear about Qaroon's cursed riches, the sunken Spanish galleons, or the gold of long-lost pharaohs. Each treasure is a story of power, greed, and mystery that dwarfs anything the modern world can offer. This isn't just history, it's a journey into wealth so incredible, it challenges everything you think you know about riches. First on our journey into unimaginable wealth is the legendary treasure of Qaroon, also known as Korah in biblical texts, figure whose name alone evokes both awe and caution. Qaroon's story is a tale of human greed, power, extravagance, and divine judgment. According to historical accounts, Qaroon was born into wealth, but his ambitions surpassed mere riches. He acquired vast lands, owned fleets of camels and animals that stretched across the deserts, and commanded a personal army to protect his hoards. But his wealth was not just in gold or silver. He possessed rare gemstones, ivory from distant lands, silk spices, and treasures collected from merchants and travelers. Across ancient Egypt, historians often marvel at the sheer scale of his collection, estimating that it was so vast that even the granaries and vaults of the pharaoh could not contain it. All told, experts believe that Qaroon's wealth could have equaled hundreds of billions of dollars. In today's value, meaning his treasure alone would have surpassed the net worth of Elon Musk, currently considered the richest man alive by a staggering margin. Legends say that Qaroon's arrogance grew with his wealth. He would flaunt his riches, displaying mountains of gold and jewels before ordinary citizens to prove his superiority. However, the same texts that celebrate his wealth also serve as warnings about hubris. It's said that Qaroon believed his fortune was solely a result of his wisdom and cunning, not divine providence. Thus, according to Islamic and biblical sources, the earth itself opened up and swallowed him whole along with his wealth, creating a tomb of unimaginable riches buried beneath layers of sand and stone. Modern explorers and treasure hunters remain fascinated by Qaroon's hoard. Some archaeologists suggest that desert sands and regions of Egypt may conceal fragments of his riches, from gold-plated artifacts to priceless manuscripts that could shed light on ancient civilizations. The allure of Qaroon's treasure is irresistible. It's a symbol not only of unimaginable wealth, but of the delicate line between ambition and hubris, between human desire and divine warning. Imagine standing on a desert plain, knowing that below your feet could lie mountains of gold, untouched for thousands of years, waiting for the boldest among us to discover it. If Qaroon were alive today, his wealth would dwarf not only Elon Musk, but also Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates combined, making him the wealthiest human in history by an almost unimaginable margin. Next, we journey deep into the jungles of South America, to the lost Inca city of Vilcabamba. The Incas were masters of both civilization and concealment, creating treasures of astonishing beauty and value, far beyond what the modern world could ever fully appreciate. During the Spanish conquest in the 16th century, the Incas, knowing the greed of their invaders, hid enormous caches of gold, silver, precious stones, and ceremonial artifacts deep within mountains, valleys, and secret underground chambers. Locals speak of tunnels leading to hidden rooms filled with gold statues, ivory, finely crafted jewelry, amulets blessed by priests, all preserved by generations in secret locations, inaccessible to outsiders. The treasure of Vilcabamba wasn't just about wealth, it was sacred. Alongside gold and jewels, there were ceremonial items used to honor the sun god, the moon goddess, and other deities central to Inca cosmology. These items were considered priceless, imbued with spiritual power, and meant to guide the living and honor the dead. While conquistadors recovered some Inca gold, most of it was melted down, destroying irreplaceable artifacts and spiritual symbols. However, legends insist that vast portions of these treasures survived the centuries, hidden in caves behind waterfalls or beneath dense canopies, waiting for those who can navigate the treacherous terrain. Experts estimate that the hidden Inca treasure of Vilcabamba could be worth over 500 billion today, making it far more valuable than the combined fortunes of the world. 10 richest billionaires. If Elon Musk's wealth of around 230 billion seems staggering, then imagine a treasure so vast that even the top 10 billionaires combined would fall short of its total value. Even today, the search for Vilcabamba's treasure continues. Mountaineers, archaeologists, and amateur treasure hunters venture into the Peruvian Andes, driven by tales of gold that could fund entire nations. For many, finding these treasures isn't just about wealth, it's about uncovering a lost civilization, decoding its mysteries, learning its culture, and touching a fragment of history that has been almost entirely erased by time and conquest. The idea that human hands centuries ago created and hid a fortune that dwarfs the wealth of today's richest people is a humbling reminder of how ephemeral modern riches really are. Our third treasure takes us to ancient Jerusalem and the legendary mines and treasury of King Solomon, a figure renowned for his wisdom and leadership. Solomon's wealth was described as so vast that it surpassed the collective riches of entire kingdoms. He received tributes from neighboring nations, rare artifacts, exotic animals, and quantities of gold and silver that defy comprehension. Historians and religious scholars describe his treasury as a combination of precious metals, gems, ivory, incense, ancient manuscripts, and possibly artifacts of profound religious significance. Including the fabled Ark of the Covenant, Solomon's riches were meticulously recorded in ancient texts, emphasizing the sheer scale and variety of his wealth. He built palaces and temples, not just as monuments to power, but as repositories for treasures beyond imagination. The biblical descriptions suggest hallways of gold, rooms lined with silver plates, ivory-covered furniture, and jewels from across the known world. His wealth wasn't merely for display, it was a tool of diplomacy, ensuring loyalty and demonstrating divine favor, reinforcing his role as a king chosen by God. Yet, despite centuries of fascination, Solomon's treasure remains largely hidden. Modern archaeologists and treasure hunters have scoured Jerusalem, searching beneath the Temple Mount and in surrounding areas, hoping to uncover evidence of his hoard. Some claim that secret chambers remain undiscovered, protected by architectural genius and perhaps even divine safeguards. Others suggest that the treasure was dispersed, hidden in distant lands to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. Historians speculate that if even a fraction of Solomon's treasures survived to today, its value would exceed $1 trillion, making it multiple times larger than Elon Musk. His net worth or the combined fortunes of the 10 richest people alive. His treasures represent not only wealth but also knowledge, spiritual artifacts, and relics that modern billionaires could never dream of owning, proving that ancient empires often amassed fortunes far beyond the limits of our modern imagination. Moving eastward, our next story brings us to the treasure of the Nizam of Hyderabad, India, a city of palaces, luxury, and unimaginable riches. The Nizam's wealth during the late 19th and early 20th centuries was legendary across the world. His personal collection of diamonds, gold, precious jewels, antique artifacts, rare manuscripts, and even priceless heirlooms from Mughal and other royal families was so vast that cataloging it took years. When he passed away, portions of his wealth were auctioned, raising billions in today's dollars. Yet many historians believe that significant portions of his fortune were never recorded or remain hidden in secret vaults and palaces across India. The Nizam was not just wealthy in material terms. His influence, land holdings, control over trade routes, and political power made him a living embodiment of wealth itself. Modern estimates suggest that if all of the Nizam's wealth were brought together today, it could easily surpass $700 billion. Dwarfing Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or Bernard Arnault individually, and even exceeding the combined net worth of the world's top 5 billionaires at once. The scale of opulence, from diamond-studded crowns to gold-inlaid furniture, was unparalleled, showing that a single individual in history could accumulate riches far beyond anything imaginable in the modern financial system. His wealth also highlights how historical empires and royal families could amass fortunes that were not just money, but symbols of power, art, heritage, and influence, demonstrating that true riches were always more than mere currency. Our fifth treasure leads us deep into the oceans with the sunken galleons of the Spanish treasure fleets of the 16th and 17th centuries. These ships were floating vaults, carrying gold, silver, emeralds, ruby spices, precious artifacts, and even exotic animals across the Atlantic to fuel Spain's growing empire. During storms, pirate attacks, or navigation errors, entire fleets sank to the ocean floor, burying treasures worth billions in today's terms. The galleons were not merely shipments, they were the lifeblood of empires, representing wealth accumulated over decades from colonies in the Americas and beyond. Modern treasure hunters and deep sea archaeologists have recovered fragments, from silver coins to emeralds larger than modern jewelry shops' inventories, yet estimates suggest that the vast majority of these riches remain untouched, hidden in deep ocean trenches or under layers of sand and coral. Experts calculate that the total value of sunken Spanish treasure could easily exceed $1 trillion, which would make it the richest hoard in human history, completely outstripping the net worth of Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and the top 10 billionaires combined. Imagine that. Entire ships filled with gold and jewels lost to the sea. more valuable than the fortunes that shape today's global economy, waiting silently for daring explorers to claim them. The mystery of these treasures, combined with their immense value, creates an allure unmatched by any modern bank account or stock portfolio, reminding us that ancient wealth often surpassed contemporary riches by staggering margins. Next, we explore the legendary treasure of Genghis Khan and the Pharaohs of Egypt, two examples of ancient empires whose hoards could rival or surpass anything in the modern world. Genghis Khan, conqueror of most of Asia, collected tributes, taxes, and plunder from every territory he dominated. Yet upon his death, his burial site and accompanying treasures were hidden deliberately to prevent looting. His treasure supposedly included vast quantities of gold, silver, rare gemstones, exquisite artifacts from conquered civilizations, and even items believed to hold spiritual significance. Modern archaeologists have discovered remnants of his empire, but no one has located the full hoard, leading to speculation that it could be worth trillions in today's currency, making him far richer than any living billionaire. The Pharaohs of Egypt, similarly, amassed unimaginable wealth to accompany them into the afterlife. From the famed treasures of Tutankhamun to unknown tombs hidden under the desert sands, Pharaoh's wealth included solid gold statues, jeweled ceremonial items, precious stones, royal sarcophagi, and even sacred scrolls. In ancient times, the total value of all known and unknown treasures of Egypt's rulers is estimated to have exceeded 2 trillion, more than enough to surpass the combined net worth of the richest humans alive today. Multiple pyramids remain partially unexplored or sealed, meaning entire chambers of wealth still lie hidden beneath centuries of sand, guarded by the ingenuity of ancient architects, booby traps, and time itself. These treasures illustrate how ancient empires accumulated riches, not just for trade or survival, but for legacy, power, and spiritual reverence, creating fortunes that are incomprehensible in comparison to modern billionaires whose wealth, while staggering, cannot touch the scale or historical significance of what ancient civilizations held. These 6 ancient treasures remind us that the world has always held secrets beyond imagination. While today we measure wealth in dollars, stocks, or cryptocurrencies, history shows that true riches often lay in the unseen, hiding beneath deserts, oceans, or mountains, guarded by time itself. These stories inspire us to dream, explore, and imagine a world where human ambition and ingenuity created treasures that defy logic and leave us in awe. If you enjoyed this journey through history's richest secrets, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us for more incredible explorations of the world.